this fucking YouTuber. I just fight real fighters.
Peace to the family. I just got through watching the interview. Well, actually, I saw it yesterday with Jake Paul, the actual video that Jake Paul put out explaining what happened with the Canelo, negotiations and how Canelo signed the contract. I'm going to do a deep dive into that on Monday. But I saw the interview that Mike Carpenter did. Good interview by Mike Carpenter with Turki Alalshikh.
Then, in the last 2 weeks, we start to hear the rumors about this fight. And in the last 48 hours, we heard it is close. Then it is not for our benefit because we are building the big fight against Crawford. We want him to fight, good fight, great fight in May.
Turki Alalshikh explained exactly what happened, what led up to him coming in at the last minute and making a 4-fight deal. Originally, I think they had a 3-fight deal in place with Canelo and Turki Alalshikh, but then what happened was Canelo was going to go fight someone else in May. The 3-fight deal was supposed to start in September of 2025 this year, and then they're going to do 2 more fights next year in 2026. Canelo didn't have an opponent for May. Right? For the, I think that's Cinco de Mayo for May. He didn't have an opponent. So Canelo was going to go find another fight on his own without Turki Alalshikh. And that's where, excuse me, that's where the Jake Paul came into play. So that deal was almost close. But then what happened was Turki Alalshikh, well, you know what? Let me let him explain it.
I will be honest with you. Mm-hmm. I start in the last 48 hours giving wrong information to everyone to make them go to another side. And when I know that big appointment between one big platform and the camp of the 2 fighters, and there is people starting to doing posters and choosing arena and choosing where is the conference will be. Then I finished the deal in 5 minutes.
So as you guys can see, that's exactly what happened according to what Turki Alalshikh said. And based on the reaction that Jake Paul is having, Jake Paul seems to be very upset.
With sources telling ESPN that a deal was being finalized and a formal announcement imminent. But in a stunning development overnight, Alvarez changed course and instead completed a 4-fight deal with Riyadh Season. Well, tonight, Paul took to social media and took aim at Canelo in what he says is the champion ducking a fight with him.
Canelo, you puta.
This fucking YouTuber. I just fight real fighters.
Time to expose them. So we had a signed contract to fight. Here you can see Canelo's signature and my signature to the right. Claiming he's not fighting YouTubers. Bullshit. Look at the poster. We were announcing Tuesday, February 11th. Claiming he fights real fighters, but he's fighting Crawford, a 135-pound fighter, and running from a real fighter like David Benavidez, you bitch. The truth is you can be bought. You're a money-hungry squirrel chasing your next nut. The truth is these sports-washing shady characters are paying you hundreds of millions of dollars to stop our fight from happening because they couldn't fathom the fact that they can't create a bigger fight than me and you. Al Heyman has made you hundreds of millions of dollars and you turned your back on him for this check. Disloyal. And you were begging to do this fight on pay-per-view. But I have loyalty. Loyalty to Netflix, doing the biggest numbers. And you call me a YouTuber, but you've never had a boxing match as big as mine. Remember you told my team that your daughter came home and asked if you were fighting Jake Paul? She was all excited. You said that was the first time your daughter's ever asked you about a fight. And you're screwing over all your Mexican fans by doing your fights in Saudi. It just shows what type of person you are. And I promise you one thing, Canelo. Any fight that you do this year, mine will be bigger. So go fuck off to your boss, you Ring Magazine employee, you pink and orange bitch. And oh, fix that herpes on your lip, you dirty puta.
So for him to be that upset, I believe that's exactly what happened. The way Turki Alalshikh explained it. He's very upset. He thought he had Canelo in the bag, And I understand that, you know, I mean, you Jake Paul, you have a huge casual fan base. Your fan base are YouTubers. You kind of like you a crossover boxer, YouTuber, influencer boxer. Crossover boxing is influencers. So he's an influencer who's dabbling in the realm of boxing. People don't really look at Jake Paul real serious. Like me, I call him Jake the Snake Paul. I look at Jake the Snake as serious. I think he should be on the pound for pound list. You dig? But anyways, Canelo, he made the right decision based on what's good for him. You know, according to what Turki Alalshikh is saying, he really didn't want to fight Jake Paul, but he would fight him for the money. Now, the good thing is this here. Turki Alalshikh did explain that he didn't offer Canelo no more money. So he didn't say, hey, look, whatever the big amount of money that he was going to make fighting Jake Paul, Turki Alalshikh did not come in and say, hey, I'm going to pay you that amount or even more money that you're going to make with Jake Paul. He said, no, he didn't even match the offer.
I called Canelo directly, and I said to him, hello, brother. You know, this fight will damage the pictures and the idea about our plan. And honestly, I think you are, as a Canelo, too young to take this fight. You can have it after 30 years.
Right.
When he is 60. Then he said to me, brother, you know, from my inside, I don't want this fight ever. But I said to you, take the May fight. I don't have something in the table and I must fight before Crawford. And we discuss, and in 5 minutes, we closing the deal. And that's it.
And this fucking YouTuber, I just fight real fighters.
It's just that Canelo probably really didn't want to fight Jake Paul anyways, and he took what, you know, Turki Alalshikh offered him, and I'm pretty sure it was a good deal, and it worked out for both sides. So did Turki Alalshikh outfox, outwit, outsmart Jake Paul? I would say yes, you know, because, you know, Jake Paul, according to him, he had a signed contract with Canelo.
And this fucking YouTuber, I just fight real fighters.
My thing is this here. If Canelo's signature was on that contract, how can he just all of a sudden back out of the fight? So I kind of question that with Jake Paul. Not saying that he's lying, but if you have a signed contract by Canelo, his signature is on that contract, wouldn't you be able to sue him and say, okay, I'm going to sue you because we got your name on this contract, we supposed to fight?
And this fucking YouTuber, I just fight real fighters.
So I kind of question that a little bit. I probably need a little bit more clarity as it relates to that. If you have a fighter's name on a piece of paper, a signature on a binding contract, there's no way that he should be able to get out of that contract unless you go through the legal ramifications of doing it, going to court and all that stuff there. You get what I'm saying? So I really need a little bit more clarity as it relates to that. But Turki Alalshikh came right in, and it is what it is. This is a classic case of big bank take little bank. You have a guy who he's backed by the country of Saudi Arabia. They have a corporation, you know, that's dealing with the sports entertainment of Saudi Arabia that he's handling. And so now you got big bank take little bank. You get what I'm saying? And it is what it is. That's the reality of the situation. So, you know, Jake Paul can't really compete with that. You can't. You know what I mean? So Saudi Arabia has money. They have oil money. They supply America and in different countries around the world with oil. You can't match that. I know you have Netflix, and I know you have Netflix that you partnered up with, but it's going to be kind of hard to beat the Saudis. You get what I'm saying? So did Turki Alalshikh outsmart, outwit, or whatever Jake Paul? I would say yes. And the reason why I say that, just based on his reaction, based on how upset he was in the names and the different adjectives that he used to describe Canelo Alvarez and Turki Alalshikh's relationship.
So go fuck off to your boss, you Ring Magazine employee, you pink and orange bitch. And oh, fix that herpes on your lip, you dirty puta.
You know, I think that, you know, he's upset he got outsmarted, and, you know, he's really upset about that. Understandably so, that's a lot of money that he missed out on. And it is what it is. So he talk about loyalty and stuff like that. Fact of the matter is, this is prize fighting. Fighters are loyal to the money. Whoever's going to pay them the most money, they'll go to it. Now, apparently, you know, Canelo turned down the most money he could have made for one fight with Jake Paul because he probably didn't want that fight. So it is what it is. Jake, you're gonna have to get over it. Don't worry about it. You and Canelo will be able to fight some other time. But in my opinion, I think Jake Paul got outsmarted. What say you? Hate, like, share, and subscribe. Share this video. Support the movement. Cash App. You know, y'all know the Cash App. True Media Today USA. Also, man, shout out to our sponsor, Foster's Barbershop, 1923 West Main Street, right here in Tampa, Florida. Shout out to our sponsor, Foster's Barbershop. And much love to the True Media family. You know my motto. Don't meet me there, beat me there. Peace. I holla.
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go. Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go.